There we go. All right. Hello, everybody. We are here. We are live, and we are at Demon Hunters role-playing game. And for some reason, I'm focused on Jesse here. Sorry about that. No, it's my fault. I was clicking on the thing because you do that. I do that sometimes. So, almost in character, Chris Dupenthaler is having issues trying to log in, so he'll show up right at the right time and save the day, of course. Although I don't think Vlad has a Berserker Rage, so we'll see. So, Dead Gentlemen Game Night, where we play Demon Hunters role-playing game. For some reason, you have decided to carve out 3 hours of your wonderful time to come watch us play a role-playing game online. So thanks for that. As it says right here-ish, no, this one. There we go. I'm Don Early, the Game Master, and here tonight we have a newcomer. This is Jesse Razor.
Hello.
And Jesse is joining us all the way from Indiana. She's part of Seven Realms Productions. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Seven Realms?
We do role-playing game reviews and movie reviews, and we hope to soon branch into doing our own actual web series.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. Jesse will be playing our cipher today, and I'll talk a little bit more about that here momentarily.
If I might interject, Jesse and her friends have actually also done a review on Demon Hunters. If anybody wants to check that out, which I found actually quite hilarious.
It was
all of the Demon Hunters stuff.
Yep.
Both movies and the RPG, and they are awesome.
Thank you.
And well-deserved and apropos criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so update, Dupenthaler is still having issues logging in. It says the chat is busy. I don't know why. I guess he'll join us here as soon as we can figure that particular part out. Random errors here and there. Not that we get it. I'll try that one. Brian Lewis, famous actor from the likes of Journey Quest, The Gamer series, Glitch, and Standard Action. And I understand that you were recently cast in a movie called Depth.
Yeah.
So what's up with that?
Well, I'm not actually able to talk a lot about that,
Right.
Other than the fact that I have been cast.
Sweet.
But I'm very, very excited about it. Also, another thing that's really kind of going on right now is that I'm also in a Kickstarter campaign for Spinward Traveler. So if you go to Kickstarter and put in Spinward Traveler, you'll be able to see the trailer that we shot a little while ago, and hopefully we'll get to our funding and get to make a pilot episode.
Yeah, you bet. I'll be sure and link that in the update from tonight's episode.
Cool.
So, yeah, absolutely. It looks good. If you haven't checked it out, you should definitely check out the trailer. It looks really cool.
It's based on, the very popular sci-fi RPG Traveler. Mark Miller.
That I didn't know. Cool. That's cool. Come on, Chris.
Chris, you're killing us.
Or not Chris. I'm not blaming Chris. It's the Hangouts. I don't know why. It just keeps saying it's busy.
I'm blaming Chris.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Chris was next on my list, so I guess we'll come back to him. Jimmy McMichael, of course, is always here. He is the authority on all things Demon Huntery, presently writing the Demon Hunters webcomic, and a side column from the point of view of the character Kentucky Blue Clay.
Yes, I am. And my partner Ben is currently chained to his drawing desk, so he won't be joining us this evening, unfortunately, but it does mean we'll have a comic tomorrow.
Yes, which is
Bring it
more
home.
important. Yeah,
for me.
No repeats of last week.
Interestingly enough, we have on the topic of Kentucky Blue Clay, we hit the milestone on the Patreon campaign where you are forced to write a column monthly. Monthly?
Monthly. That will come out on Thursday.
Very good.
So I should write it.
You should. Yes.
I know what
of
it's
course,
about, though, and it's a weird one.
Oh, good. And so, of course, we have Brian Lewis, who has played the character in the flesh previously. And
Very excited about that.
Yeah, and we'll chat a little bit about something else related to KBC here. Because our guest today is Andy. How the hell do you pronounce your last name, by the way? I never did get that.
Easiest way is just kind of start and then just mumble the rest, like
Dobrowski.
It's Dobrowski.
Dobrowski, got it.
Which is an ancient Polish word meaning from Dopper, I believe. That's true. It means from this region called Dopper.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really,
Well,
they're not a smart people.
Okay. As the pantheon of Polish jokes are out there. So, you are the other half of Two Bards Productions.
Indeed.
You folks out there may recognize Andy from the Gamer's Hands of Fate and from the Zoe production Rude Mechanical and various other Zombie Orpheus productions.
Yeah, I punched him in the nose.
You did. It was rad.
And then we went and did this movie called Hands of Fate. It was great. It's actually like in every production except for Rude Mechanical we've been in, you've punched me.
Wow.
So we need to like actually do one more Rude Mechanical just so you can punch
Just
me.
so I can do that, yeah. Exactly. It's going to be a very confusing thing, but it's going to be very satisfying to the both of us, I tell you what.
It really is. It's the first time I've been gift ever.
Nice. Nice. Yeah.
It wasn't my mom that did it.
Yeah, and just think about it, like, forever in eternity, I am punching you in the nose over and over again in infinitum, which is probably not a word, but it is now because I made it up.
I do think of that. I probably think of that a little too much. It's kind of unhealthy how much I do.
There you go. All right, so let's dive into it. So what is Demon Hunters for those of you who are new tuning in? What is the setting? How does it all work? So the setting is it's all true. The myths, the folklore, the campfire stories, the urban legends, every terrifying tale of the things that go bump in the night, they are all true. These soul-sucking, flesh-devouring, shadow-haunting fiends want nothing more than to eat you and everyone you love. And that's where we come in. The Brotherhood of the Celestial Torch. Most just call us Demon Hunters. If you haven't heard of us, we're doing a good job. In the name of all that is good, we fight the evil forces of evil, and we're hiring. And so we thank you for Andy for bringing a new recruit into the program today. The Brotherhood is a bit like your SHIELD or MI6 or the NSA, CIA, but fighting the very real paranormal, supernatural threats. We are not run by any government, but many governments have Brotherhood agents in them. So each Brotherhood team is also called a chapter. And a chapter is comprised of a chapter leader, a cipher, who is a robot, and the link to the Brotherhood database, and hunter specialists ranging from lycanthrope hunters, experts of various kinds of undead, witches, and so on. So, basically how to play, very simple mechanic for Cortex. It's a lot of fun. You all have your character sheets in front of you. For those following along at home, you can visit the Obsidian Portal website campaign, or campaign website. It's listed on the Google Hangout event. And you just click on characters on the left sidebar, and you can kind of see there the player character stats. The basic mechanics is very simple. Any roll in the game is pretty much typically an attribute plus your skill plus or minus the applicable asset or complication. The asset or complication may not even come into play, so typically it's just attribute plus skill. Then you roll and compare the results with the difficulty table located on your character sheet. If your result is, for an example, if your result is 10, then you know you beat an average roll, but you did not quite make a hard roll. So you scored, but also you scored an extraordinary success on an easy roll. And kind of understand the range there. What I will do as the GM is set your target difficulty. I might not tell you up front, though. I might just use what you roll to accommodate other modifiers I'm aware of and keep the actual target hidden. And there goes my dogs. Extraordinary successes, I mentioned, are a bit like critical successes in other campaigns, like a critical hit or something. If you roll ones on your dice, that's called a botch, and it works almost identically to critical failures in other systems. So it's bad things, but fun things for me. In most circumstances, you can choose which attribute to combine with which skill. I don't typically, so for instance, most people, if they're going to shoot a gun, are probably going to use agility, but it might be a big-ass gun, and so you might need to use strength, and then match it up with your gun skill. You can choose which attribute to combine with which skill to attempt your roll, but you need to explain to me the reason for your choice. The real fun of the game, though, is with plot points, and that is where the awesome really comes in. Plot points are kind of similar to action points or hero points in other systems, but in Cortex you use them more often, and you use them, typically use more than one at a time. They are essentially a game master bribery system to improve your dice or dice results, or really change circumstances in the story to your advantage. Now, the following I'm about to rattle off is on the Obsidian Portal website, but on our campaign. But it'll be helpful just to know in tonight's session. You're going to earn plot points in this game by doing something cool, making me laugh, rolling an extraordinary success when you didn't use plot points to achieve that extraordinary success. If you roll a botch, I reward bad behavior or bad luck. Anytime that happens, utilizing one of your character's complications in play when it's at you or your party's disadvantage. Again, if it hinders and enhances the story but screws you guys in the process, I'm going to reward that. If I do that using one of your character's complications at you or your party's disadvantage, you get a plot point. Or achieving or completing a challenge, personal story, team goal, whatever. Guys, it's actually very polite to ask for plot points. If I'm not on the ball, I might not always be thinking about it. But just don't be too disappointed if your request is denied. Definitely remind me when you complete missions, objectives, and other goals. So I'm going to tell you how many plot points you're going to start out at the beginning of each session. Tonight, you start out with 4. And so what do you use these things for? Well, there's a whole list of things in the book and a whole list of things in on the Obsidian Portal website that I put up there about plot points. Basically, for the purpose of our game, it's used for story manipulation. Basically, you bid plot points to help your situation out. It can be for anything. I left my gun here. There is a door over here. I actually know a guy down the street, so on and so forth. So you make a suggestion and bid me a number of plot points you are willing to spend based on how far you think you are stretching things. If I like it, I will keep those plot points and incorporate the suggestion, pending potential alterations as I see fit. If I like the idea, but I think your payment's a little low, I may reduce the impact or just ask you to cough up more plot points. I can also tell you where to shove your plot points if your idea doesn't work. So additionally, so check out the website for other ways you can create a die and reduce your wounds and stuff like that. But essentially, just use it to cheat, and it works. A new house rule that we've created as of last session was to you as the players can spend plot points to ask the audience for a lifeline or suggestion. So there is a bit of lag, however, typically about 30 seconds or so. So don't use this when you need decisions to be made pretty quickly. Damn it. Timed out while joining the call. I don't know what to say, dude.
Yeah, you keep on popping on while you're talking, but...
Yeah. Okay, so last little bit here for the audience. This is where, audience, you can enter your questions or suggestions, like some of you are doing already, I can see, on the Q&A on the Hangout, or you can also tweet them at the hashtag DGDemonHunters, all one word. Audience, you are also in control of the cipher tonight, played by Jesse here. And so Jesse will be monitoring your suggestions and your comments and be incorporating that into her character, which is pretty fun. So if you happen to, and again, same situation, you can tweet it, DG Demon Hunters, or plot it in there in the Q&A of the Hangout. And as you're watching, if you see a couple of suggestions that you actually like, you can +1 that suggestion or question, and that moves it up the ladder to the top of the queue, and we're more likely to address those than others, but we'll continue to monitor for good stuff.
What was that hashtag again? DG Demon Hunters?
DG Demon Hunters. So hashtag DG Demon Hunters. Pull that up on Twitter. All right, so to our Demon Hunters tonight, let's see who we're playing. Brian, since your character is Jack, the chapter leader, why don't you tell us real briefly who Jack is?
Well, Jack is he doesn't really know exactly how old he is, but he assumes he's around 30 or so. He can manipulate and work with electricity. He's electrokinetic, and he's also, has a real big mind for tech and whatnot like that, and he's tinkering and making stuff for the chapter, and yeah, he has a problem with authority, and he has some mama issues, and he's raised by his great uncle, and that was a big blowout thing that I think I shared last time, or maybe the first time, I'm not sure, so I won't get into that now, but essentially help to somewhat awaken his power and draw people to pay attention to who he is, and so therefore he needed to find a place, a sanctuary, sort of, and that's what he found within the Brotherhood.
All right. Great. Jimmy, who are you playing tonight?
New character tonight. Ursula is off with her new friends in the cartel, running some jobs for them. So I'm playing Trader Vic D'Amato. He's super persuasive, sort of your go-to guy. If you need something, he's the guy who can get it for you.
Oh, that's easy.
Kind of a aging veteran hunter, but he's still in the fight as long as there's a buck to be made.
Yeah. So physical description is a bit similar to who?
Bruce Campbell in Burn Notice. Sam Axe.
Yeah. So put that in your mind's eye, people.
Do you have a Hawaiian's shirt on right now? Or?
He does. He does wear a fan of the Hawaiian shirts.
Okay.
I do not. I'm not cosplaying my
Now,
character.
he didn't say a Hawaiian shirt. He said a Hawaiian's shirt.
I stole this from a Hawaiian, yes.
There you go. All right, and Andy.
So I am playing Erasmus Stain, a creepy European doctor. Wears a long black oilskin coat, has goggles. Probably don't want to see what's behind him. Just generally, hold on. I have my favorite description is teeth like a British hockey team. So, creepy, bony, lanky, maybe moist.
Sounds moist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk often, so...
No. Just, and when he does, it's generally a Kafka quote. So, yeah, he's just kind of an eerie, creepy guy. Like, kind of don't want to be alone in the room with him, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah, welcome to the team.
Thank you.
I want to be able to sit in on these interview meetings that they have apparently to pick the demon hunters.
Thank you
who
for
are the
considering
rejects
me.
who
I'm
do
very
not
good
make
with
it?
my hands.
What would you say is your biggest weakness?
I care too much. Not about the right stuff, but I care too much.
Creepy.
I like
Yeah.
to take pictures of people when they're not looking.
I just like to take people's pictures when they're not looking and try to sort of come up with a story for their family. Not very much about them, but oh look, they went to SeaWorld. They're probably big tuna eaters. I don't know.
Okay, well, it seems we are going to be out a Dupenthaler tonight. It's unfortunate.
And then there's three.
Vlad has, due to a clearly mistaken identity, become a detainee at Guantanamo. Very temporary. Back-channel negotiations have already begun. All right. And then we have our cipher. We have a new cipher with us tonight, and so tell us a little bit about this cipher.
This cipher came about entirely by accident. There was research and development was working on a chip. It was essentially a personality prototype to study what they felt was a growing problem with social anxiety. And somehow, through nobody's fault, it got mixed in with a bunch of cipher parts and was uploaded into your team's cipher. She's really shy, really quiet, doesn't talk much. People just call her Cipher. She has a name. She doesn't want to bother anyone by giving it to them. I mean, it doesn't matter after all. And she's really, really, really into essentially internet folklore and figuring out how that ties into what's actually going on that the demon hunters take care of.
All right. And I'm going to go ahead and answer this question here, or throw this up for actually Jimmy. Andy Johnson is asking, are there still human ciphers?
They are not a good idea. You can put a pair of cipher goggles on a human. Not recommended. They are few and far between and short-lived.
What happens to their mind?
Well, you're drilling directly into their brain and installing computer parts, and it's not comfortable. Most ciphers, most human ciphers, either go brain dead or insane or headsplode.
That does not sound like a very fun afternoon at Fry's.
No. Yeah. And then quick question, will the members of Row 7 chapter encounter any stray dark chapter members that survived? Question mark.
What is the stray dark chapter?
I don't know. Michael Bauman, we shall see. How's that? Yes, Chris, Brian is rocking the extra facial hair, and I am rocking the non-facial hair.
All right. We actually coordinated this.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to swap.
Questions. Yeah.
Just to keep you on your toes.
All right.
No, I'm hoping to get a part as a knight, so I'm growing things out.
Excellent. And Rasmus is just fiddling about. Okay, so let's start. All right, so everybody needs to check out their initiative modifiers or initiative scores and tell me what they are.
D10 plus D6.
So just add the highest number together, or of each die.
This is what is it? It's initiative.
Initiative, yes.
Oh, we're straight up in initiative right now. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Brian. You said what was your initiative, Brian?
Well, I thought you just wanted to know what it was. I didn't know.
You're not roll. Okay, sorry. You're not rolling it. Just add up your dice, the max dice, and just give me a straight score.
Oh, it's good that you're
Okay.
pretty, Brian. It's good that you're so pretty.
16.
16.
14.
Okay.
Well,
16. Hands and 1 foot.
Nice. And well, we're only 4 players tonight. Crazy.
Jesse, are you going to, like? I know that you're going to be the cipher, but are you going to, like, fight or something, or what?
oh God, no.
4 players, you better.
Please do not bother her. She is busy downloading my Game of Thrones torrent. Legally.
Very legally.
I have HBO somewhere, I'm sure.
Yes.
I have an HBO Go account.
But it went, so I need a toilet, okay?
Okay. Somewhere here. I almost had this prepared. Okay. So yeah, that and back to the screen share.
Ooh, screen share.
Here we go.
It all went black. Ooh.
So you find yourself in...
Hogwarts.
Yeah, kind of, isn't it? This is a real place. This is Memorial Hall at Harvard. And in fact, let me see here. Where is that? Memorial Hall. And here we go. I always have to check. Okay, screen share, and that's the one. And this, actually more to the point, is what you were seeing.
Ooh.
This is in the basement of Memorial Hall, so the room that I just showed you is above it. And you are sort of crashing this party. And so
is
you
that the file name that came with the with the picture?
So Harvard is a...
Hey! Got out of Guantanamo.
Wow. I thought it would be a little bit harder to get out of Guantanamo, but...
Well, it's good to know people with that have other people to trade.
Way to stay current.
Did I miss anything?
Not a thing.
You're in a battle.
Oh, well.
Why are we fighting these people? This looks like a perfectly normal hangout. This is Saturday night.
I do not know why this is such a problem. No.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what you are seeing. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Yes, that is the actual file name that you're seeing there, as Jimmy asked. And what you're seeing is you are crashing this party. You are fighting these people. and you are down to 4 plot points starting this session because you have been engaged in battle with them. They are evildoers, and you are trying to thwart them. The guy in the center, in particularly seems nasty, and the rest of them pretty much seem bent on trying to kill you with daggers and weapons and the like.
And some death. And
Yes. So, Lod, what is your initiative?
favorite color.
Ooh, I probably need the character sheet now that I actually got this thing to work, huh?
We'll take them tour around your house too. That's fine.
Yeah, that'll work. Okay, right.
How about I say a random number?
Well, it has to be your max. Yeah. So let's see.
Very close, very close.
Jack, Cipher, Andy's Rasmus, and Chris is Vlad. And
I just realized his name is in no way German, but I don't care.
Oh, was that supposed to be a German accent you were doing?
No, Austrian. Like, it's back in Austria. We do the it's very fun.
We do
That
the
works for me.
thing back in the old country.
Back in the old country.
Fatherland.
They're all pretty old over there. It's a very dusty place.
Okay, my initiative is 10.
Okay, actually, I just realized I could have looked that up a lot faster.
But I've got
so-
this little thing here. It's great for looking up.
Yeah, so what I need, Chris, is your... Oh, damn it. I forgot that...
The dice?
Yeah, so the max dice.
Oh, it's 10, a D10 plus a D6.
Yeah, so okay, so your initiative is 16. Okay, so... Then Brian, Andy, and Chris, go ahead and roll your initiatives.
Oakley dokley.
Don't do that.
It's much better than Oakley Day, which is what my default was for a while. 13.
9 here.
I rolled 2 1s.
Woohoo!
You forget where you are and why.
Yeah,
You don't have any initiative.
yeah. You can go ahead and re-roll that, Andy.
Okay. These seem like nice fellows. Okay, I'm switching dice. 5.
Right on. Okay. All right. And then these guys are on. Wow. 15. Actually, interesting. Okay. Jack, you're up first.
Cool. All right. So we're in mid, fight with these guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will already have my staff that has inlaid metal and silver in it, and it's kind of a retractable thing, so I can press a button and goes, it goes to a full-length staff.
Okay.
And so I have electrocuted that, and I'm whacking folks.
It's like a lightning rod.
Sort of like a lightning rod. I should call it that.
That's actually better.
My paragraph of explanation is far better.
Okay. Chris and Brian, you get each a plot point.
Hey, all right. Ooh.
All right. So, Brian, your electricity situation with this particular rod, how are you intending to, like, every time you hit, it's going to release a charge?
Yeah.
Anything? Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of, I'm kind of like pumping electricity into it.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's coming from, what, the building or the room? Where are you gathering your electrons?
Well, I have a pack that I keep on myself, you know, like I can channel it into sort of, you know, like basically I strap a bunch of batteries that I can kind of like, you know, get into and use. But
right.
If I can actually use it from the room, then that would be better. Although that room seemed like it had a whole lot of candles and stuff like that. But
yeah,
this is a you know, this is 2014, so like maybe they have some electrical stuff going on through the room.
There's definitely
I'm sure Harvard has electricity.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
pretty
probably
confident.
Some electricity in the
all that light can't possibly be from candles.
Yeah. So as you can see here in the back of the room, there are candles. Actually, there are candles all over the dang place.
Well, there it is.
Oh, the tugboat's back.
Yeah, I tried to connect several other ways. I'm back to the vibrating device, so you'll just have to excuse my vibrator.
That's not annoying at all. All right, so
I could also possibly be reaching in and grabbing electricity from everyone's smartphones that are like in their pockets on silent.
Ooh, with some plot points, that might be possible.
Exactly. I'm going to make sure that I have him ready so that I can buzz him during very critical parts of this.
Yeah. Okay. So so there's a guy in front of you. You could whack him.
I'm gonna whack him. All right. So I'm gonna go with. This is not so much a thing with strength. This is more or less kind of like finding the right place to smack things. And is actually the rod is part of my whole kind of regimen of like concentration and centering myself. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is agility instead of strength.
Okay.
You buy that, Don?
Yep, that'll work.
All right, cool. I like it. All right. So I have a melee of D4 and the electricity is D6.
The D6 is not going to play into this for the electricity. What you want, you'll need your agility and you'll need your melee.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you have something that enhances your melee, as far as assets or complications, that can come into play. But the electricity is going to just be part of your damage. And so that's a separate roll.
Got it. Yeah, I guess the electricity doesn't help me hit them, does it?
Correct.
All right.
Unless you specifically want to sort of magnetize them somehow, but...
That will be rad, and I will do that later, but not right now.
Fair enough.
9.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to do 2 basic damage to this guy, and go ahead and roll your electricity.
4.
All right. Yeah, you zap this guy.
I've already expended a plot point for it, by the way.
Yeah, fair enough. And so that is going to... Yeah, he's stunned. He drops his weapon.
Next guy. Come on.
Yeah. All right, sorry. That would be... Vlad.
Yes. Hello. Nice to meet you, peoples. Why are we killing each other? Don't you want to go have a good steak, some vodka? Go back to my place.
I make the best pierogies.
All right, so...
By the way, Jessica, oh.
I like how Chris kind of like entered in this situation like, hey, what's the deal? Why are we fighting? This might not be a bad situation. And I just started hating folks.
Back on the other order. Don't let that electrocution stop you. Let your friends.
Okay. So are you gonna roll something or?
Oh yeah, totally.
The bit before was just don't pay attention to it.
How about some mad influence with a plot point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, time out for a second. Just to give you guys some scale on plot points, you can have up to 12 plot points. And so as you are bidding, just understand that on a scale of 1 to 12, that's what you're dealing with.
All right, so let's have those pierogies now, huh? Oh yeah. So that's 20.
What?
20.
Wow.
Like max.
What did you do though? Like, did you just punch someone, or like what happened?
No punching involved. Like, there's the threat that you might kill them if they don't like hang out with me. But
Okay. They look at you and then nod at you and go, "Oh, yeah, he's with us," and turns their attention on your comrades. All right, Andy.
First, I would like to spend a plot point because my understanding of English was not very good, and I didn't want ranged weapons. I wanted melee weapons. So I'm going to move those stats to melee with a plot point, if that's cool.
Sure.
All right. So now I have my trusty scalpel, and I want to argue intelligence on this one because specifically what I want to try to do is I am going for some kind of just nasty targeted kill. I want an organ.
Okay.
An important one.
There's some rules for that. It's called called shot.
Okay.
And I would probably say that intelligence would be difficult to justify.
Well, so because I've got physiology and I've got mad skills.
I thought organs were under performance.
This is all about cutting them out, not using them.
Okay. So if it's a small target, like a hand, a foot, an object, or something like that.
I want a trachea.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't?
It's all I'm missing. I've got almost an entire homunculus made. The last piece.
Fantastic.
You are going to be the lucky one.
Are you? That's a windpipe, not a windpipe. It's
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and allow this. It's a little whatever, but you know.
I'll
go with it. You're gonna suffer a -3 skill step to that. So whatever your top die is on your skill that you're using, lower it 3 dice.
Gotcha. That's literally 3 dice. So if it's a 12, it becomes a 6.
Correct.
Okay. So I've got intelligence 12. I've got physiology 12, but I'll lower that to 6. And that's skill 4. All right.
And this is going to be a.
And I've got knives 8. Oh, baby.
The knives, the 8 is your damage.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's your skill knives.
Yes.
Okay, so you need to choose an attribute plus a skill.
Okay, I'll take physiology then. Okay, got it. 13.
Yeah, that'll make a hard roll, in fact. So, yeah, tell me what happens. What does it look like?
Well, it's a little messy. I'm not gonna lie. So, as the scalpel slices through his throat, I did it on an exhale. Whoopsie, and it's kind of spraying out, all kind of whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah.
It is. It was already very red, so I'm not too worried about cleaning. It's cool.
Okay.
But It's spectacular. I'm enjoying it very much. I'm glad I'm wearing goggles and rubber gloves.
All right. Yeah, and as you guys take a look at that, you notice that the blood that's spewing out is not only the normal red, but it's got a bit of off color to it. So it's darker than normal.
Wait a second. I rolled 13, I said?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, fuck. But, in addition, I freak the hell out. Because I'm superstitious all over the place. I am losing it. Because I rolled a 13. Meta.
Oh,
I'm feeling not so good right now.
Well done. You get your plot point back.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, great. Okay, so then Cultist go. And we have these things. The guy in the center, I guess I should bring this back up. There we go. So the guy in the middle there, he begins chanting. And Vati begins chanting, I will tell you. Eldeth Sanguith. How did I decide that was going to be? Sanguithane. Eldeth Sanguithane. Eldeth Sanguithane. And he lights a candle as he's doing that.
All that blood out. It let a lot of blood out. That's a mistake.
And you all, everyone in the room, holy crap. So this is, take a look at your willpower, no, not willpower, what is that, endurance, vitality plus vitality?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
That's
resistance.
Vitality plus will.
Resistance? Resistance works. Let's use resistance. So the way this is going to work, I'm going to tell you the number and then the amount that you take over your resistance is the amount of damage you're going to take. All right. So it is 15. That is the number.
Ouch.
And that is going to be wound damage as your body begins to expunge blood from its.
So how does this work?
Okay, so your resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Take your resistance score.
Vitality plus vitality, yep.
Mm-hmm. And go ahead and roll that.
Oh, roll it. Okay.
Oh, roll it. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Come in.
I rolled 2 1s again.
There's always a guy.
I rolled a 9.
Okay.
I was like, 8! Yay! 1! Oh.
So life points 14, 15. I have 1 life point left.
Yeah. That's such a critical failure and it's a botch that I don't feel the need to add anything on top of that.
Here I was
Sorry,
hoping.
I'm lost here. So what do I do with the resistance that I rolled? What happens from that?
Okay, so what did you get when you added them together? An 8? Okay, so you subtract 8 from 15, and that's the amount of wound damage you took.
I was not told there'd be math.
Welcome to gaming.
What if you rolled more than the damage?
Then you do not take damage.
I don't get the remainder. Is it long division?
It made him stronger.
man.
Would they
Yeah,
have
we're
attacked?
watertight. This stuff's.
Would they have attacked Vlad with it? Would they think he's one of them?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
I resist your cooking of whatever it was. My pierogies are also spicy.
Okay, and you see that everybody in the room begins bleeding, except for Vlad
Ew.
and the cipher.
I don't have blood to bleed.
Right.
Yeah, a hazmat suit and some protective gloves. This is gross. No,
Yeah.
a bin.
All right. Let's see here, and then the rest of the cultists. So stabbity stab at Jack. So Jack, this is going to be your against your agility, unless you would like to spend. Well, you'll have the opportunity to spend some plot points pending this particular roll.
Okay. I also have a dodge.
You have to use dodge as your action, and it's already been your turn.
Oh, I see. So it's agility is essentially my AC.
Yeah.
And is it just the constant 10, or do I have to roll it?
It's your max score.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so there's an 8, a 10, a 10,
Not boding well.
and a 6. All right, you're attacked 4 times, and none of them really connect with you. You are too dodgy.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, good job. Okay.
So that actually has to beat my agility. Awesome.
Yeah. All right, Trader Vic, you are stabbed. A 12.
So what's that? What am I doing?
Okay, so take a look at your. Very nice. Take a look at your agility score, and just that the maximum of that die can be is your score.
Okay. So that's a 6.
Yeah.
So I take 6 damage.
Did I say 12?
You said 12.
Yep.
So
you
is
take-
that all wound?
No, that's 6 basic damage.
Okay.
So half and half. 3 will miss. 7. So you'll take 1 stun. And holy shit, another 12. All right, you take 6 more basic damage.
I do?
Yep.
What are you doing to me over there?
And
what's going on?
what's that?
Yeah, like what's
So you're in this mob of crowd, and the cultists have turned on you and taken out daggers and stabbing at you.
okay, so he's just getting stabbed a lot.
Right. And Jimmy, you can add 6 wound damage to that.
Can I?
Yes.
You mean
No, I can't.
Um,
I only have 5, so am I dead?
no.
This is a fun game, Don.
No, you're not dead. You have the ability to use your plot points, if you have anything left, to reduce that damage.
Please do.
All right.
I have 4. What can that buy me?
Yeah, I would recommend expending all 4.
Okay.
And then on the back of your sheet, that tells you 4 translates into a certain die.
I don't have the sheets. I just have paper.
It's a D8.
Okay, so roll a d8.
5.
You may subtract 5 wound damage.
and not die.
And not die.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. And I think that's all them. So, Cipher, you got any comments from the peanut gallery that would be appropriate for this?
Hey, go lay down.
Actually, yes. Maria, my research informs me that the Eye of Sauron is behind the main guy because anyone who holds a black mass in the bottom of Harvard is just a massive dork. Let's see. There is a purpose, but we don't know yet. We only have one spell that's been cast. We'll have to see. There's always a chance it's just a weekly meeting of crazies. That happens a lot.
At Harvard.
At Harvard. They have to have something to do.
I theorize that it's an aggressive phlebotomist organization.
And this one I like. Chris Piazzo suggests that dupe anytime that your tugboat sounds, you lose a plot point.
Really? It should be like we drink or something.
So how many of these cultists are there?
Well, according to the picture, there seems to be about, what, 20? 25?
Too many.
So, yeah. So we're doing well so far. Have one of us actually gotten rid of it? One of them?
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else, Jesse?
That looks good for now.
Okay. Moving on. And did you want to move or do anything?
Can I mop up the blood?
Please.
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Oh, I'm gonna clean up the blood.
Save that. I need it. I am almost out.
All right, Jimmy.
I'm not picky.
Trader Rick is up.
I'm pretty sure I can talk this head guy into shutting it down and turning himself in. So
Okay.
I'm going to convince him of that. I'm going to give it a little, some willpower, persuasion, and about some steady calm because I'm not being affected by any of this.
I'll throw a plot point into that.
Yeah, I'll throw a plot point in as well. I'm going to play that trachea like a kazoo to get their attention for Jimmy.
I got a 21.
Holy crap. Okay, let me take a look here. Mm-hmm. He looks at you.
Oh my gosh.
And he gives you a smile, and oops, did I just close out? Oh, there it is. Okay. I totally thought I just exited out of the chat there.
Don't click there.
Edge of our seat here, Don.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, looking it up. You can punch yourself in the face anytime. All right.
He spent a long time making himself look like that. That's
Gotta respect the dedication.
Does
that's a lot
anyone
of,
recognize the symbol?
the Celtic cross thing.
Is it? It's got like a, it looks like the espionage cosmetics symbol. I'm just gonna. It's got a little half C. Which I mean, he's wearing a lot of foundation. So.
No glitter though. That's how you can tell.
No glitter. Yeah, that's true.
He
Maybe
looks.
that hat was a free gift.
He looks to Trader Vic and says, "Don't worry, the hairy one is coming."
Why would that worry me?
All right. I'm going to continue keeping that in mind because that was extraordinary. And time check. Yes. We are back at the top. Do one more here. And that would be Mr. Jack.
Might I make a tactical suggestion?
Yes.
Chris Piazzo has suggested that you try to use your powers to blind some of the cultists.
Blind some of them.
Electricity is flashing.
How much
like,
blood? Wait.
As in a shock? Or like
Yeah.
a,
How much blood's on the floor? Because I am out, but it's got iron in it. That means it's conductive. I'm just putting
That's
that
true. I was just looking up to see if blood was holds conducive to electricity, and apparently people on Yahoo seem to agree that it is.
Not good enough for us.
Right. The problem with that is that we're also all standing on a big pool of blood. That if I electrocute it, everyone seems to kind of like have the same kind of problem.
I'm wearing rubber. I'm good. And I'm also creepy, but I'm good.
Erasmus breath protection.
Okay.
Incidentally, how is everybody doing wound-wise?
Terribly. Thank you.
So, Jack, have you taken damage?
Yeah. I had, I think I had some blood come out of my.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And so Vlad is the only one that hasn't really taken damage, is it? Nice. Okay.
So I need to do something. I have a couple of ideas. One of them is to shut that dude up. So we're exactly we're just kind of out in the throng of the masses out there, and then like what if I were to run up to his pulpit and use my stun gun on him?
You'd think that you'd have to get through some of the people that are there. Think sort of attack of opportunity from, So, I mean, you could try and get up there, but it'd be let's call it. I don't have my table in front of me. What's one step above hard?
Formidable.
Formidable.
Yeah.
That's what it would be.
Okay. All right. How about what if I did this? If we're, I don't know. What if I were to kind of like make, as Jesse was suggesting, kind of like a big burst right in front of the eyes of the guy who's reading the book and kind of dazzle him, and then also start moving towards him.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. If he has if he's reading from like an iPad or something like that, then we can take care of the problem right there.
Right. It seems he might be doing this from memory.
What? Ugh.
Whatever he's reading from is buzzing a lot.
Yeah.
So he's not actually reading from a book?
He's not reading from a book. But
What? He actually knows Latin? No one knows Latin. It's a dead language.
apparently you don't know Latin, because that's not what I was speaking.
Oh, well, true.
All right, so that's what I do. Let's see what that.
Okay, so give me a attribute plus your psionic skill specialty, and you may throw plot points at. I'm going to require you at least spend 1 plot point on this.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I need to kind of like in the midst of all this kinds of hubbub and distraction, I need to focus specifically where it would be best, and how close, how far away from his face it would need to like burst in order to have the greatest effect and dazzle him.
Wait. Shut up, Brian. Hey, Brian. All right. So, Don, do I see him like look like he's trying to get close to this guy?
Yeah.
All right. I say, no, guys. He's cool. He's with me. You want to roll for that?
Yeah.
What about leadership?
Yeah.
All right, and willpower.
Because you have to believe it too.
That is a 14.
That would beat a hard roll. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let the rest of the party kind of decide.
What's the decision? No, we shouldn't take this great boon.
Let
that just
him
happened.
die.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Thanks, Chris. I'm with Vlad.
All right. So, yeah. So what are you gonna do, Brian? Are you defer to that for now, or are you gonna do your flashbang?
Well, what is the choices that I have right now? Like, it's my turn.
Yeah. So he
You can
interrupts
just
you.
walk up to him and then do it.
Yeah, that's what I would like to do. Can I do that?
But wait, if he's reading this from memory, you're just gonna piss him off.
Still, though, it's
could
better
stun
than being in this mob of people who are stabbing me, right?
Hyperfibrillated, man.
Yeah. Actually, you think that there's a bit of confusion among the cultists at the moment, because there's an exchange going on between the leader and Trader Vic that everybody seems to think that there's some past history there, and then whatever's going on here with Vlad, that's two people that clearly seem to be like on their side. So you would have an opportunity to move up there.
I would have an opportunity to move up there. So, but it sounds like if I'm reading what you're saying right and the context in which it was given, if I do something hostile, then anything that they have previously done will evaporate.
Not necessarily. Depends on what you're planning on doing. Do what you want. Do what your character would do.
All right. Well, that's what I was gonna. All right, so I'll walk up there. And sorry, it's so convoluted. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I was planning on doing on the first place, and like, hey, you got something in your teeth. Like that.
All right.
So now what do I do? All right, I gotta roll the
Your attribute,
Yeah. Okay.
your psionic skill
Boom.
specialty, and then any assets you might be able to add to that.
I see. All right. Very well then. Can I add immune to electricity? That doesn't make any sense.
No.
Only if you're shocking yourself.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't have any mad skills in anything, so I don't think I can add any kind of other asset.
I would agree with you.
No, I can. I can actually, because it's actually not an asset. It's rebellious. This guy is obviously the leader, and I have a problem with that because I don't like being bossed around by anybody.
No, you don't get to add a complication. You get it
Sure.
goes the other way around.
I don't like all the guff you're giving me right now.
There we go.
Roll your dang dice.
Ah. All right. That was a 7, and I don't know where the other one went.
It's
So let's call it a
horribly
12.
fail.
Exciting stuff. Oh, okay. That was a 3, so 10.
Okay. You're able to kind of electrostatically like zap his eyes, and he takes a little stun damage, but he stops what he's doing.
Damn straight.
Wait, is Jubilee finally a useful character? Did I just That's amazing.
Yeah.
If I have time left in my turn, I'm going to snag whatever book he's in front of.
Yeah, sure.
This is mine now.
Okay. Where was I? There we are. Brian. So, Vlad?
I figured that I spent my time schmoozing with the cultist, but then I say, "Oh, did I say I knew him? Yeah, no, I didn't actually know him. Misunderstanding. Sorry."
I'm still turning around and doing this.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. You rolled well for the last time, so I think they're still on you on that one.
All
right. You hear the leader kind of come to his senses and say, "Do not harm our guests. Let them come forward." And the cultists begin chanting. I should have more than one of these windows open.
That's a weird chant.
It is indeed. Their Latin is really okay. U eru daru uradim musakrithu. Eru daru uradim musakrithu. And they keep continuing to chant that. Eru daru uradim musakrithu.
Can we make knowledge checks to identify it?
You certainly can.
Fantastic.
Well done, Cipher.
Good job, Zephyr.
I have a 12.
You can actually add your attune. Do you have attune to technology as a cipher?
I don't think so.
Hang on, my sheets are not out. I don't think so, actually.
Go ahead and add your cipher asset die.
Oh, okay. That becomes a 17.
Fair enough. Yeah, that is a dialect of Infernal. And in this case, the particular dialect is a bastardized hodgepodge of Latin and cuneiform and a couple other dead languages. And you run a bit of a translation on that, and you come up with somewhere here. Damn it.
Right, nobody tell Don that you can almost read his screen in that reflection.
Fair enough. And you come up with face the raging storm of the lion dragon god.
Well, that does not sound good.
Are you sure?
Can I ask them to say that blood thing in reverse to see if it puts it back in?
No. All right. And
anybody who actually still has like the earbuds in their ears from last session, the cipher could communicate that to them. Probably not Jimmy's character.
Why would we keep those in?
I'll communicate it to any of the chapter that I can.
Yeah. Okay. And at that point, you all begin bleeding again, and you take another. And at this point, you don't actually take wound damage. Your vitality is reduced by 1 step.
Oh.
Which actually might make you lose hit points.
What's the die to?
So your vitality.
Yep, I'm dead.
So you're not dead. You're unconscious.
Well, yeah, that's what I am then.
And we flash back 2 weeks.
Man, if it wasn't for 90s TV tropes, I'd just be logging off right now.
All right, you are all somewhere. Let's see. Where do you want to be in the country? Where are all of you holding up these days?
San Diego.
San Diego.
I wear all black, a full coat of black, and rubber gloves and goggles.
We take bets
Putting me
on
in San
how
Diego.
we take bets on how much water you actually lose in your daily sweats.
I am going to smell so rank.
Right, going to.
Right. Like a hot dog you forget in the microwave for 2 weeks.
Nice. All right.
Hey, it's 2 weeks ago. Do I get my plot point back?
Actually,
Nobody
everybody
you
gets
get your hot dog.
yeah. Everybody gets 6 plot points.
Hooray.
Okay. And I'll put Mr. Skullface away.
Also, it's 2 weeks ago. Do I remember the lottery numbers from last week, metagame style?
No,
Damn it!
you do not. All right. 2 weeks ago, Cipher, you get a call, or you get the mission briefing downloaded to you. And let me see if I can pull this up. All stealth-like.
Oh, we should have asked the audience where we're from. That would have been better.
I will allow it.
Get some audience
At this
participation.
point, it doesn't really.
Yeah. We're still buying time anyway. So.
Yeah. So Cipher, you take a look. You keep taking a look on that while I send this to there. Okay, Jesse, this is coming at you via a Google chat.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, that is not Inkholes, that's Sinkholes.
Okay.
This was going to be a much different story. It's too bad.
Okay, so let's see here.
So, what are we doing in the time while it takes Don to do whatever he needs to do? We're just hanging out. It's 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
Are we watching?
I'm happily thinking, oh, it's nice to have so much blood inside me. I hope no one ever takes that away from me.
You know what I really like? All my liquids inside my body. That's all.
It's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just so you guys know, I did look up the most metal website ever, bloodjournal.hematologylibrary.org, and Blood Journal, which is just awesome, does talk about the electrical conductivity of blood. It's fairly high, so.
Excellent. Good to know.
There's a place called Blood Journal. I'm so happy right now. Oh, I'm sad now. I went further in.
I think that's pretty typical of the people who go to that website a lot. Frequent bouts of happy and sadness.
Sister publication, Crypt Journal. Who knew? That's awesome.
So I'm going to practice throwing things at Dummy, which oddly enough has a big black cloak on.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do so under candlelight. So that's what I'm going to practice doing.
That's romantic. Very romantic. All right. So you can be in San Diego because you were hanging out there from last mission.
Don, I didn't get your message.
Really?
Yeah.
About the Sinkholes?
About the Sinkholes.
It should be on your Hangout chat.
Oh. Then never mind. I just don't know how to work Google.
Oh, okay. Did you find it? Did you find it?
No, actually.
Open up your Gmail. It should be there.
I'm there.
Have you
I was
reset
already
the
there.
encryptions? Did you check your TCP/IP settings?
Did you download all the updates?
Apparently our mission is a network error.
Are you on Mac?
Let's try this. Yeah? Anything?
Nope.
All right,
We can just
everyone,
look away.
turn away from the screen.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Now it decided to work.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is my is my window showing up there? Are you seeing the reflection up here? Is that what you're referring to?
Oh, no.
Yeah. No. Wait, no.
You're crazy.
Alright, I'm ready. Sorry.
Okay. And I would go ahead and do. Whoops. Well, go ahead and brief your party.
Alright. Sinkholes have started appearing over Boston. Then many people are missing. There are at least 2 bodies that they have found. Cause of death covered up by media coverage of the story. They're very, very clawed and very, very poisoned with a neurotoxin. The disappearances correlate to the time that a satanic student group at Harvard, not Hogwarts, Harvard, same thing, publicly hold their black mass on Mondays.
All right.
If you would like a visual, go to your Google Images search engine and type in Sinkholes Boston, and it gets a look. It looks a lot like that.
Oh.
Should have turned on safe search before I did that.
Sinkholes is one word.
It's true. So, for the audience at home, it's a bit like this. I'll go ahead and turn it on briefly. Not a big deal.
Holy smokes.
Awesome.
Yeah, sinkholes are pretty rad. And by that I mean terrifying.
I like that one ate Killdozer. That's good.
Good lord.
I
Okay.
can't go to Harvard. That was my safety school. I didn't get into any of them.
You back up. All right. So sinkholes are happening in Boston, and victims are being somehow clawed.
There are students still missing, but at least 2 bodies have been found, horribly clawed with neurotoxin.
How does it say in there how the sinkholes and the neurotoxin victims are connected? Because it seems like 3 different things. I don't know. I don't see the connection necessarily.
Well, hold on. There might be a connection if these aren't sinkholes, if these are emerging holes that just happen to look like sinkholes. Yeah, I'd like to know more about how the bodies look.
Mm-hmm. You think?
And luckily, I have like physiology up the wazoo. So
Right.
Which is a physiological term.
Where is the wazoo located?
Behind the connecticus link.
Nice.
Anterior to, sorry. Anterior to. Leaves.
All right.
All right. So you clearly need to get to Boston and check out the bodies and probably investigate the sinkholes.
We don't have a connection in Boston who could just, like, FaceTime this crap? So we
Send
can know
Snapchats
now.
of the corpses.
I just want to know what I should be packing. I mean, is this like bikini weather, or should I be wearing, orgets and?
And it's
Or is there a chance of eye bleeding?
Is there a chance of See, again, I can't even imagine what that looked like because I am wearing just everything rubber, so it's all leaking out of the cracks, like squirting out of the side of the goggles.
very nice. So you have recalled a method of travel, which is cheating, that you could get there very quickly.
Is it like
first class?
Hmm?
What'd you say, Chris?
No, first class.
First.
So, you're talking about going through the warehouse and all that, yeah?
Uh-huh.
I have done before. And essentially we need to bribe you in order to do so.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm new. Bring me up to speed. What are we talking about? We're going to Costco? What? they have nice samples. All right, I'm in. But you're flying. And wine.
I could probably explain it, but I think either Jimmy or Don could better explain it.
Well, it's not supposed to work this way, but there is a way to not only using the warehouse key in your sword, you can access a warehouse door, and to some degree, you have to have a guide on the other side to be able to help you go where you want to go. But it is possible, and you've done it before, to enter the warehouse and exit someplace else.
Vlad totally
Rather
knows that.
intuitive.
Gotcha.
He's on vacation. Can't we just get tickets, like, on an airplane? Like, if there's another, like, a couple students that die,
It literally takes like 6 hours to fly there. Are we really spending that much time?
I am terrified of flying. I don't think that's going to work for me unless you B.A. Baracus me.
Very well then.
Would you like some milk? Would you like a little milk? Would you like? Look at this watch. Look at this watch. Look only at the watch. Hear only my voice.
You are very concerned what time it is.
Yes. You sleep now. German hypnosis is very scary.
All right.
Fine.
I don't think the Brotherhood gives us plane tickets, do they?
Is there anything else in this warehouse that might be beneficial in addition to some hoary portal through space and time?
Well,
Everything.
anything.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
So literally everything. So the warehouse contains a warehouse that also contains everything.
Try not to think too hard about it.
Oddly enough, warehouse, only thing the warehouse does not actually contain in it.
Literally N-1. Is what it is.
No, the dead gentlemen are not dorks.
So I'll expend a plot point to. Oh wait, we need a guy, and apparently Vlad's guy is out of town.
He's on vacation. Maybe planned, maybe not. Who knows?
Does anybody else know a guy or have a friend in a place that might be high or low or some other
I
area?
have some in strange places.
I'd say a warehouse that contains everything, pretty fucking strange.
Can I roll to see if I can find a contact in Boston?
If it's a janitor, we are going to end up in upstate New York. He's going to screw it up.
Go for
okay, we'll get some maple syrup. It'll be great.
Go ahead and roll, Jesse.
Okay. What stat goes with that, by the way?
Whatever you want.
Strength.
Oh, that's not good. I have a 6.
6. You remember that the warehouse contains everything. So, first class tickets to Boston.
Fantastic. We can get tickets in the warehouse.
Hey!
Hey, all right.
Do they also come with free beverage service?
First class,
They're
yes.
first class.
All right, let's go.
You still have to pay,
hitting on that plane.
and you still have to pay $25 for each bag.
We'll leave all our bags in the warehouse and just open a door when we get there.
Actually, that would work.
There, there we go.
So, I think Jimmy's trying to say that he's not going to go on the plane because
I ain't get on no plane.
Yeah. Which I thought was sort of a joke, but like I guess it's kind of a thing. So,
I have a phobia of flying.
How can a guy that looks like the exact epitome of a 1940s pilot be afraid to fly?
Irony.
I suppose we could have him wait in the warehouse with the bags.
Why do you just...
That would work.
You guys don't come get me, I'm so pissed and completely lost.
In there.
So, hold on a second. Whoa, wait, back up the phone. So we're going to open up a door, put our bags in, and Jimmy's character. Close the door, get on a plane, fly to Boston, open another door, and there's Jimmy.
What are you not following?
You really don't understand fourth and fifth dimensional physics.
And
I like
you
it.
Jimmy.
Well, if we go through the warehouse, there's no guarantee we'll come out at the right place.
Right.
But if we land there and open the door, we already know where we are.
Pretty handy, actually.
Same sound.
I think Jessica deserves some plot points for that, because that's a genius idea.
It is. I will give you 2 plot points for being the same.
Okay, does anyone else want to stay with Trader Vic? Because is anyone else going to have trouble getting on a plane
Oh.
because of security?
Yeah.
Like, do you even have ID?
That's a very good point.
What is all this interference and disturbance we have going on with our dial?
I'm thinking
I'm a
Dad
creepy
can't make it through a
skeleton.
metal detector, and Vlad is clearly wanted on many levels.
No, just misunderstanding. Not me, no.
I don't
Okay,
think there's any sneaking a cipher through. I think you might be on your own here, Erasmus.
We'll pack me in
Yeah.
the bags.
The guy in the rubber suit and goggles. But I'm very.
The deep
Wait.
pat down.
I am very, very white. I'll do it.
Actually, he can't open it. He would need Jack's key.
Oh.
Yeah, so Joette Barnett has it right. The warehouse contains everything. Your bags are already there.
I don't like to pack. This is perfect.
So, okay, so I need to go. I guess I'll just have to, kind of like close my eyes and concentrate to.
Well, wait. As someone who wears a lot of rubber, let me tell you, it's a little chafy at first, but you might want to try.
Sure.
You're gonna love
Some of
it.
that on.
Oh, we have meetings every week. This is you're in. I can tell you're in.
Oh yeah. Ooh, I like the way it sounds when I move.
So you arrive in Boston.
You're right, Don. This was fun. All right, so we arrived in Boston. Me and Erasmus, and we go and find a door. I'm going to go ahead and kind of find one out via the link with the cipher to find out the closest one, and I use my key and open the door, and there's the rest of the party. Yay!
Where in the warehouse were we?
Wait. Before you do that, dude, hold on. Jack and Erasmus go to White Castle. Just putting it out there.
Where were we in the warehouse?
That's a very good question that I'd like the audience to answer, unless you would like to spend a plot point to influence that decision.
Nah, I'm saving them.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to get a glass of water. You guys talk a little bit.
You guys were in the fountain room.
I'm pretty sure there's a bar.
There's no way that we have to go through a 6-hour flight to Boston and you get to chill out of the bar.
So, Jack, I didn't want to bring anything up, Jack, but you know, I've never been in a plane and you took the window seat. I mean, it's cool, but, you know, it kind of made me sad in my heart when you didn't.
That was on my ticket. That was the ticket that I had. I mean, like,
you can switch the damn seat with the person you with. I mean, come on.
So we're not gonna, like, you know, handle like the way things are. I mean, if I'm handed a ticket, I'm assigned to a seat, and I think that's plausible that I should sit there. I mean, that makes sense.
I have seen the inside of a man's chest while his heart was still beating, but I haven't seen evil until today.
If you had the window seat, do you realize how often you had to get
Andy, you get a plot point. I came in on the last bit of that. And I think that's enough for a plot point.
It's fine. No, whatever. Let's just go.
I just didn't.
It's fine.
It's
fine.
I just thought you wasted time a little bit acting to the.
Oh, I wasted time. No. I had to smell your peanut farts the entire flight. No, it's all me. You're right. That's fine. Let's go. This is good. This is a fun trip.
Okay, so I opened up the door. Where were they in the warehouse?
Next to the candy section.
Awesome. I grabbed a bunch of candy and stuffed it in my pockets.
I do not care for chocolate.
I'm a klepto, incidentally.
Yeah. It's right next to the jelly
candy and
beans.
liquor bottles?
What was that?
What about those little chocolate candy and liquor bottles?
Oh, yum.
Yeah, you spent about 15 minutes ralphing over having too many of those.
It smells like Willy Wonka's jockstrap.
Wow. That is a sentence I've never heard in my life.
Okay, so we're all together again, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we need to check out some of these sinkhole type deals.
Indeed.
Also, you know, there's these. There's victims that have undoubtedly been whooshed away to the morgue.
True.
I'm on that one, please. For no reason.
So to recap, the reason why you've been notified is because there is a Brotherhood extrasensory connection to that they're drawing from the Satanic cult and the Sinkholes. They think that the starting up of this student group on campus is just too perfectly timed with this other influences. So nowhere on the planet are people putting that together.
Except the Brotherhood.
Right. Yeah. And the Cultist.
Okay.
Places on the planet.
I think we should probably check out the sinkholes first and see like what we're sort of up against before we check out any kind of morgue or whatever. It's not called the morgue anymore. What is it called? called something else. Anyway, so sinkholes, anyone?
Sinkholes.
All right, sounds good.
Fine.
So when we go over, we'll get to yours, Rasmus. You're gonna be able to sniff yourself some formaldehyde and look at some dead pieces.
Oh no, I brought my own. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Right. We'll look at those and tide you over until we can see the fresh ones.
Okay, thank you.
So what's the situation at the sinkholes? There are authorities around, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously cordoned off, and wanting people not to fall in, and that sort of thing. You think that you might need some kind of cover to get closer?
I'm gonna impersonate a safety foreman, a city worker, and lead in this group of expert geologists who've come to examine the situation.
Ah, of course you are.
So, impersonation plus willpower plus, how about some good nature? I'll charm them.
All right, sounds good. This would be a hard roll.
10.
That will just quite fail.
All right.
Let's see here. However, if you spend a plot point, that'll jack it up to the 11, and you're good.
Look at that. It happened.
All right.
Boom.
And that's how we play this game. Okay, so you gain access easily to the sinkhole. Let's see if I can bring this up. There's a really cool picture, but apparently it is very tiny. Anyway, once again, if you are playing at home, you can Google image search Sinkholes Boston, and I am looking at the one with the nice white stripes around it. You can see that.
Go to fight 'em all. Separation army couldn't hold me back.
Pretty crazy that it's fitting just inside the confines of the crosswalk.
Right? Yeah. So, yeah, you get up to it. You might be those people right on the edge there. And what do you do?
Do I recognize those markings as any kind of arcane ruin?
The crosswalk.
Hey man, hey. I've heard stories of a freeway in England that was used to channel evil. This is a thing.
I've seen this before. This is the horrible monster of the Ped Xing.
I don't like that Ped Xing. That sounds like a boss fight.
It's everywhere. Well, actually, I have some earth science and physics and stuff knowledge. Can I roll some of that business?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna take some intelligence and some earth science would probably a little bit be more appropriate than physics. Or should I do both?
Well, choose one.
Choose one and then do the other.
I'll do physics. You do earth science because I want to see if I can see anything about the. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll just talk all geology and stuff like that.
Geology.
Hold our sunglasses and kind of like make notes and stuff. Look all very official.
12.
Okay, that was 9.
I got 11 for physics.
And I'm going to I'm gonna spend a plot point.
Okay.
All right. So what do I do with the plot point? Do I just you have that knowledge, or do I want me to roll something else?
Well, if you just spend one plot point, then it'll give you a potential +2 at this point, since you don't know the result.
All right, so I'm kind of gambling it.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't suppose I could scan it for any supernatural goop, could I? Any traces or anything?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a whole bunch of filters and all kinds of stuff.
All right, and would that count as a knowledge check?
It would.
Okay, fantastic, because I have a 29.
How did that happen?
Ciphers get an extra d12 when they roll knowledge, and both of mine came up 12.
Wow.
I'm just gonna ask the cipher everything now.
Okay. I'll come back to you for it. Okay, Jack, you are doing Earth Sciences.
I was doing physics, I believe. Is that right?
No, you were doing Earth Science, I was doing physics.
Okay. I'm doing Earth Science then.
Okay. So, Earth Science, essentially, there's a whole issue surrounding sinkholes and what actually causes them, and what you're seeing here is not a sinkhole, it is definitely a burrow.
A burrow.
Mm-hmm. It is a sinkhole for sure, but not in the traditional sense. It's not caused by water. It's not caused by, it's caused by something came out of this thing.
A burrow, like this is a hole to New York. Which burrow?
Very funny.
Homonyms!
So then, Andy, on the physics side, you see that Earth has been moved both up and down, and probably pushed down back into the hole, and displaced elsewhere. Let's see here. What else can you
I'd like to make an intuitive leap and ask, is there anything at the bottom of this thing that would benefit us to explode it?
So far, you don't see a bottom.
Okay. Intuitive leaps mean you answer yes or no.
I'm gonna answer
The
yes.
question was, is anything down there?
Got it. Oh, intuitive leaps as the asset.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. I don't have it in front of me, so you have to remind me of these things. Yeah, you could roll that.
Cool. So, how does that work?
So, just like everything else, pick an attribute, pick a skill, and add your intuitive leaps.
All right. How about intelligence, barter, because I'm hoping you tell me an answer, and intuitive leaps.
I like
14.
That's good. There's entirely possible something that's living down there. Because something that probably, if it's a creature, it's so big that somebody must have seen the damn thing, and no one's talking about a big creature coming at it. So.
Anybody have anything explosive to drop down this hole?
just my love of dance.
Because if not, I've got a guy who can get us some.
That's true.
All right.
And this is like midday, and there's like a whole bunch of other kind of cops around and stuff.
Yeah.
Also,
other-
wait, can I do a physics check? Like, what will happen if we throw an explosive down that hole?
Yes.
All right, I got 7, and I'm going to spend 3 plot points because I
Okay.
really want to know.
Yeah.
That seems worth it. You think more cave-ins will likely happen, depending on where this tunnel goes. It likely doesn't go straight down.
Fair
Because
enough.
I know a guy with an oil tanker.
Big buddy. Did I say that right? Okay, big buddy. Look. I don't think we should do this.
Fair enough.
Not yet.
Okay, and then one last thing on the earth sciences, and then I'm going to transition over to the knowledge on the cipher.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that there does seem to be claw marks.
Claw marks. Okay.
Ooh,
Big.
I have clawing as an unarmed combat skill. Maybe I can
How
have.
big is big?
So claw marks, as in around this whole circumference of the hole, or claw marks in a specific area, like it has feet, like a badger, as opposed to like a worm that has like claws around its whole body. To
Right. More like
More like a
claws helped form the channel, the hole.
Okay.
Okay.
So like
So
mold.
claws made this. Whatever we're dealing with is big.
Yeah, and so Jessica, what you discover in the knowledge is that in the past, other sinkholes that have appeared like this have typically resulted in a very, very large burrowing animal. In this case, all signs point to snake. So the claw thing doesn't compute. That doesn't make any sense. Everything else that you can see looks like a snake hole.
Okay.
It's a claw snake.
So these claw marks. Why can I not speak tonight? These claw marks do not fit, but this sinkhole was likely formed by a very large snake.
Except for the claw mark part.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's a snake with appendages.
Possibly.
Did we just invent a lizard?
Okay.
And
It's a dragon.
That's the dragon.
let's see here.
Where are my dragons? Boston. What?
Well, while you're looking for that, just to be, not a very nice guy, I'm gonna turn on the lights, which are probably turned off right now, and have them go green. So just in case there's any traffic that kind of like goes inside, if anyone's stupid enough not to see the sinkhole, we're gonna drive a car down it. It's because I'm bored and I think it's funny.
I also support this decision.
So you're gonna drive a car down the sinkhole.
Nope.
Somebody else is
Someone
going
else.
to.
No, somebody else is gonna do that. Because I'm gonna go zap and like make the lights turn
So-
green.
My cultural knowledge of Boston
Mm-hmm.
is, I got a 6. It tells me I think there are a lot of Catholic churches, nuns, and orphans riding buses around this city. I'm just putting that out there. Which again, go for it. I'm still okay with it.
No, still
I'm
fine.
more okay with it. I have a death feud against the Catholic Church, so
Jeez.
you steal one Pope mobile and they hound you for life.
You steal 2.
Well, the second one had the Pope in it, so.
Fool me twice. Still, shame on little boys.
So here we are. Have we gathered all the information that we can grab? Is there any
Your cipher is about to. She looks like she's thinking and is about to give you more information.
grand?
All right. I think I know what made this hole. It's a Bosmu, which is an ancient Mesopotamian creature. It's a snake with horns, 2 forelegs, and wings.
That is not a snake. Snake something is get something. That doesn't matter. Like, oh look, that's a dog with feathers and a beak. It's a bird.
It's rumored, the legends say it's 60 double miles long. I'm not sure if that means it's 120 miles, or if that's some other increment, but it's very big, and very venomous.
16 double miles long.
60.
60 double miles.
Yes.
Those are like when their frequent flyer miles count twice.
Maybe it's like a big Ouroboros where it's like always coming and going at the same time. But that doesn't make sense because then it couldn't make a hole. This theory just went off the tracks. Don't worry about it.
All right.
It supposedly has 6 mouths and 7 tongues.
What is its weakness?
The legend goes that when the gods needed to vanquish it, they sent Nurgle, the snake charmer.
So we just need to find Nurgle.
Nurgle.
Nervo.
All right.
A Mesopotamian deity.
Oh.
No. He's the guy that runs the occult shop down the street.
Right.
So we can go into the warehouse and find this guy, right?
I'm not sure it'll be that easy.
That'd be hilarious.
Can we at least go in the warehouse and find this guy's wallet so we know his home address?
That's where they keep all the deities, is just
Yeah.
the warehouse.
Just the deity section.
Yeah. You just open the door. I found Jesus.
Where do you think the expression came from?
They were in the warehouse at the time.
They were.
He was hiding. Oh, man. Anyway.
Little did they know there was a door to the warehouse in the tomb.
Wow. That makes a lot of sense.
There wasn't an ascension, he had a jetpack.
All right, so she's already looked at it through every kind of like filter she has available at her visual spectrum. Obviously, much larger than anything that we can have through our human eyes.
Does anybody have like a knowledge religion or folklore? Or...
I have folklore.
Okay.
That is a lot of dice I get to roll. I'm excited for this.
Yes. Roll away.
Alright,
One for every mouth on Bosmu.
That's an 18.
By the way, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Still pretty good. Okay, so as you know, or as things go, when you take mythology and folklore and then meet it up with reality, turns out most of the time the folklore has been rather inflated as far as the size and scope and power of the creature in question. So probably not 120 miles long.
Still pretty big, though.
But it's a big freaking reptilian monstrosity.
Yeah.
That apparently was revered as a god.
It's probably not as big as people say, but it's still very dangerous and large enough to make this sinkhole.
Are we not supposed to Google image these things when we hear them?
Siri, what's a Bosmu? Siri, convert 60 double miles to cubits.
Okay, Andy gets a plot point.
What is a buzz move? All right. I think we grabbed everything that we can get from here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now let's go ahead and check out some of the bodies. See if we can get take a look at those.
I'm just very happy. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on.
I'd like to.
But, wait a minute here. We need a snake charmer, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Buddy, I will charm your snake all night if we can go look at those bodies. I really want to get to them more.
What is the snake charmer's name again?
Nurgle.
Nurgle. All right. So as we're going in the direction of where these victims are, like I'd like to read more up on Nurgle.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kind of take out my little gloves and start looking on the internet and talking to the cipher and getting some information that way.
Sounds good. You can roll some kind of knowledge. If you don't have an applicable knowledge skill or research, you can use a research or like a search type skill. That would work fine. And we'll come back to that. So.
Okay.
Doesn't Nargle sound like one of those hookup sites to anyone else? Like, no man, I totally met him on Nargle. It was awesome.
It sounds to me like is there? I'd also like to kind of cross-reference that whole search, and I know you said you could come back to it more specifically for like some sort of thing, like if he was a snake charmer, he had like a flute or a instrument of some kind or something like that.
Or a caduceus? Maybe he's the caduceus guy.
Ah. He says as though he knows what Andy's talking about.
Well, I'm a medical guy. Of course I know what a caduceus is. What's a caduceus with you? Hey. It's a stick with a snake around it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so incidentally, the whole snake with stick around it does stem from the mythology in its early roots. From the Mesopotamian gods and Babylon and that sort of thing. So there's some relationship.
Okay. I'll add that in the mix.
All right.
You're probably going to have to roll to spell caduceus. I'm just going to point that out right now. Because that's not a freebie for anyone.
All right. Okay. You're going to check out the bodies, or what's
Oh, yeah.
what's the deal?
Yes.
Okay. So how are you going to get into that?
I can talk our way in.
Excellent. What credentials are you going to flip out now? Like, are you going to be a cop?
Yeah, I think I'll just use my winning personality. I will convince this guy that he should let us see these bodies. Just for the hell of it. Let's see. Willpower. Persuasion.
Do you want to see your dead body?
Just for the hell of it.
Just for the hell of it.
Maybe he's a Stand By Me fan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, I would like to see a dead body. But, man, I don't want to go on the train tracks because that's dangerous.
23.
Okay.
Also inconvenient.
Yeah, that'll work.
Convinced him to take a smoke break.
Yeah, whatever happened, you gain a plot point, and that flipping worked extraordinarily well, and makes my job easier. You go in and begin examining the two bodies. Okay. One of them has bite marks all across its chest. The other one has two puncture marks and a claw rake along his back.
Okay. I'm going to use my intelligence and knowledge of physiology to sort of determine, or to see if I can extrapolate the size and force with which they were raked, and whether or not the poisons actually would kill them, or if it was secondary to the injuries, all that jazz. 13.
Okay, so I think that the injuries are pretty formidable. They alone would probably be enough. The spine on one of the guys is severed, but the toxin is it's a paralytic, essentially. That you can kind of figure out. As far as the size of the thing, we're talking at least the size of a house.
Wow.
Cipher, is there any kind of things that we know of that could counter or block this neurotoxin.
Gonna make a knowledge roll.
Uh-huh.
Not nearly as impressive. I have a 14.
There are definitely other snake poisons that cause similar, most of the time what's needed is a sample of the actual toxin to create an antidote.
Can we take a sample of the toxin from the body?
You can certainly try.
Should I be doing that?
Probably.
All
Do
right.
you have your little set that you come out in your cotton swabs?
Well, I've got yeah, exactly. And also, I do want to check for anything else about these two people that's remarkable, similar in any way. All right, I got 20.
Whoa. Yeah. You are able to extract venom.
Excellent. Here you go.
I assume the guy who's already here in the morgue has already taken their identification and find out who these people are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go over to the computer and start looking at his notes and seeing if I can find out if these people were remarkable, if they knew each other, or they had some sort of link, or if they were just random people.
Okay. Best as you can figure out, it's two random people. There doesn't seem to be a connection. You're able to get that one of them's one person's name is Gerard Dean, and the female is Naomi Wheeler, and they live in different parts of the city and seem relatively unrelated.
What are their ages? Like, were they both college age? Did they perhaps go to Harvard where all the black masses are happening?
No Harvard connection. Maybe 10 years apart. Younger being mid-30s.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else got any other ideas?
Is there anything about where the bodies were found in the computer?
Just the bodies were found near a sinkhole.
Okay. The same one or different?
This one was found at this sinkhole that you've been looking at. But there have been reports of other sinkholes around the city, as that search shows you.
And at what times of day were these people found? Or
morning, first light.
Okay. And again, just want to reiterate, in a huge, city, and a big sinkhole appears, and no one sees anything. All right?
That's what I'm gathering.
Yep. So any eyewitnesses are telling you that it just caved in, pretty typical sinkhole sightings as far as that goes.
Can this neurotoxin that we have, it causes paralysis? Does it cause anything else? Hallucinations or
Psychotropic stuff.
psychotropic? Yeah. Can it be?
Some further testing.
Sure. I'm gonna tell the cipher to test that more.
Hey.
Beep boop boop cipher.
Go, Demon Hunter Cipher.
I don't have medicine. Can I just roll knowledge for that?
Well, it's an analysis, right?
Oh, I have I don't have chemistry. I have physics and
I
arts.
have knives. I can stab at the answer.
If I can roll a knowledge check, then I've got why is it so hard to add up? 17.
Yeah, that'll work. There does seem to be a an extra side effect. Nothing, but nothing like. There'd be a lot more bite marks out there if people were hallucinating or whatnot.
Okay.
You know.
If the venom were the cause, then there would be more victims, and
Right.
more people would have strange bite marks on them to
Exactly.
completely wipe out the knowledge of something this big coming out of the ground.
Gotcha.
However, your knowledge, I think, is high enough to go ahead and make the connection that it's possible that the creature may have some extrasensory.
Magic?
It is possible it could be psychic.
It could be psychic. There could be magic to it. I mean, it's entirely possible that it's something. So if it is something from Mesopotamia, the creature that they were referencing, it could have some kind of abilities that would cause the masses to see something.
Oh, right. On the way over here, I was researching all that stuff.
Oh,
There you
right,
go.
right.
Yeah. And one of the things that you find in your research that Bosmo is the child or offspring of Tiamat.
That's not good.
And Tiamat is, on a basic rudimentary search, is an ancient Mesopotamian goddess of chaos.
Okay. So.
Can we get a map of these sinkholes? Like, can we get some type of maybe this computer in the morgue is linked to the police computer and we can plot where they're all popping up?
Sure.
Since we just discovered that it's a god of chaos, I'm gonna say they're gonna be random.
I know you're gonna say that. That's why I want to check.
Well, you said that they're connected. They're not necessarily the same thing, or like you said, it was a mother of Tiamat, or sort of the daughter of Tiamat.
It's an offspring of Tiamat,
Offspring.
according to legend.
Okay. And in the legend, does it have any kind of similar kind of thing where either they couldn't be seen, or it somehow bewitched, the people who were around it, or it was just really sneaky, or anything that would basically sound similar to a whole bunch of people not seeing it?
Not really, no. I mean, this thing is a creature of legend, and there's a reason for that. People talked about it. So it would make a lot of sense for it to hide.
Okay. All right, so the anti-search of like all the sinkholes and kind of a bird's eye map style of where they are. What did that turn up?
No one's given me a roll for that.
All right, I'll hack and
You're
slash.
still searching for a computer, apparently.
I'm. So.
I have a 19.
That's probably gonna beat the hell out of whatever I was gonna roll. I would have max 16 on that roll. So.
Well, both of those are pretty good. I would say that you're able to pull that up of Boston and Cambridge and find that it hasn't left the greater metropolitan area, but it seems the sinkholes seem to be appearing, all over the place. There are presently presently 6 sinkholes, which is a lot, reported. Of various degrees, not to the degree of this big one. Other sinkholes are just drop in the earth. Others are a big full-on sinkhole.
Not to rain on the research parade, but there are Satanists at Harvard. I think we should probably investigate the Satanists at Harvard.
Yeah, sounds great.
All right.
I'm gonna give these bodies. I'll give these bodies one last sniff, and then we're out.
I swipe a scalpel on the way out the door.
Really?
All right.
I got like 15.
That's great.
All right. Jimmy gets a plot point for moving the plot along.
It's actually a plot point.
Yes. A point in the plot where we should move on, especially since we're...
Oh,
Coming up on it.
Yeah.
Satanists at Harvard. Satanists at the place where they make lawyers. Yeah, that's big stretch there, buddy.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah. So you start visiting Harvard, and how do you go about this?
I'm hoping that lady from Fringe is there.
Well, wouldn't they welcome people who are coming to their Monday masses and?
They are public.
Yeah. Do you want to drop in on a black mass on a Monday?
Why not?
I'm gonna slip in undercover.
I don't think there's anything possibly bad that could happen. Well, is there enough time to like somehow do some sort of not antidote, but like take this the stuff that we took from the neurotoxin and create something that we can take?
Yeah, there is.
An anti-venom? Yeah.
An antivenom?
Yeah. You can drop it off at the warehouse and pick it up in an hour.
That sounds like a really good idea.
1 hour anti-venom. Open all night.
Now, technically, isn't the anti-venom already there? But, whatever.
Got to find it.
You got it.
Do we know where it's going to be held?
The mass?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we early enough to set up some sort of fail-safe? Ring the place with C4 or something in case we can't shut this thing down in time?
In case we all start bleeding profusely.
Don't worry, guys. Hey, I know the janitor at Harvard, so he could let us in.
I hear he's a whiz at math.
And I have 6 plot points to back that up.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can get
so much C4 in Harvard, man. Wow. That's right.
Yeah. So you're able to gain access to Memorial Hall. Pretty much anything you need. Memorial Hall also has Sanders Theater.
I feel like we're going to get caught, and I really don't like being in Catholic churches because the iconography or anything really Catholic kind of wigs me out a lot. Plus, I'm convinced we're going to get caught.
Okay.
Wait, the Catholics are here? This could be a problem.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
I assuage your fears with some Jolly Ranchers.
Oh, I love those. Thank you. They get stuck in my teeth, though. Yep. That's gonna hurt.
Yep. Oh man.
Oh, that's. Is this watermelon? I hate you.
So you are here after that building, and I wish I had a better. Let's see here. Yeah, some various images of the hall, like that one there. Very nice. And yeah, so you're able to get access. The particular mass is going to be held in the basement of this gorgeous hall. They often have concerts and other things down there. So, what would you like to do beforehand, or go in there and do something?
So we have access to both the hall and the basement?
Yes.
The general's name is Bob, and just tell him you're with me. I told him we might be bringing some things in and out, some people. He doesn't need to worry about it. No bomb-sniffing dogs or anything like that.
Let's see. So, did you want to rig the?
I think we should set up some traps.
Not my college. That's fine. There couldn't possibly be any consequences.
I really don't see any way this could go wrong for us.
Wow. Well, what would you like to do?
I don't seem to have any skills that would help here at all, so. Just the idea, man.
All right. Well, maybe the audience will have something that Cipher can pop up on. Some thoughts if it comes to her.
Maybe you should wire up that weird-ass Eye of Sauron that we don't know about yet.
Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe that doesn't really do anything. I was gonna think, like, is there a way that we could get the room like really, really cold, like in a quick amount of time? But I don't really know if this works the same way as snakes, where they don't want to do anything when it's cold.
Well, so this is okay. Meta knowledge. So when you talking about an animal that size, that whole exothermic thing doesn't really matter anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's they still generate their own heat, and they don't. It's just they can't regulate it. That's all that means. So they still are. Yeah, just flash freezing it isn't going on something that size isn't going to work unless it's really cold. Like.
You're really cold.
Thank you. I try to come off as aloof because I figure, it'll make people curious and they'll talk to me.
All right.
One idea would be to rig their altar to fall over. I don't know if it's big enough to crush any of them, but that was an idea given to us.
Nice.
What about those chandeliers?
I was about to say the chandelier.
So if there are chandeliers in the basement.
I'm just saying they're all on fire.
I like it.
I like the idea of like specific things like that as opposed to the building and then you're in the building.
I think big. I'm not going to apologize.
So, is anybody good at demolitions and things like that?
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know if you
I
want
was glad not good at blowing stuff up.
He is good at flammable liquids, right? Huh?
Is Vlad any good at rigging some traps and stuff?
Actually, I have a fluid character history, so I think I've got some background in demolitions.
Why not?
Apparently we sure do.
I have worked with this in the past. Yeah.
I do believe that requires some plot points to activate, but
How about 2?
okay. That will get you a demolitions is its own skill or is it a specialty?
I don't know.
I'll throw in a plot point if I can.
Does anybody know of a gigantic mongoose god that we could summon? I mean, maybe there is one.
It's like a specialty of heavy weapons.
Okay. Heavy.
Also, I don't know if you ever got back to me on that whole kind of like thing that is the snake charmer.
So what you came back on is that the snake charmer really just neutralized the creature. The character that actually killed Bosmu is Marduk, or Maratuk. Also,
that really big dog on the funny papers?
That would be Marduk. Marduk.
I can't possibly read it.
Marduk is also the champion of and son of Ea. Essentially the Cipher. Do you have that up?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
All right. Oh, sorry. I was in the wrong.
Let me read
database
that.
apparently.
Andy, is the room that you're in just get smaller?
Say what?
Does the room that you're in just get smaller somehow?
Maybe.
Oh no, you just turned on the light. Okay. It was like really dark. It was like it seemed like a strange like chamber that he's in. Sorry, Jessica, you're up.
Yes. He was regarded as the son of Ea and the heir of Anu, but any special traits he may have had were overshadowed by political developments in the region, which led to people giving him godlike traits from an earlier period. Specifically, Ea and Anil, whose powers were passed over to him. In the case of Ea, it happened pacifistically and without dealing any damage to the older creature. So he took on the traits of the god of magic and was integrated into the pantheon as such.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and focus your attention, Jesse, to just the mythology section of the Tiamat entry.
Okay. Oh, hang on.
And just start there where it says Tiamat possessed.
Okay. Tiamat possessed the Tablets of Destiny, and the primordial battle, she gave them to Kingu, the deity she chose as her lover and the leader of her army, and who was supposedly also one of her children. They gathered in terror, but Marduk stayed, extracting a promise that he would revere the king of the gods, overcame her, armed with arrows of the winds, a net, a club, and an invincible spear.
So, in general, to sum it up, Marduk, so the Tiamat was pissed off that the gods had basically risen up and killed her husband because he wanted to kill them. That's the way things go. And ultimately decided to name Marduk as the champ, or the gods named Marduk as the champion. He commanded, he created these weapons and slew not only Tiamat, but also all of her creatures. Tiamat created 11 beasts to fight the gods, one of which is Bosmu. And Marduk killed Tiamat and Bosmu. Cipher, if you recall, what are the main weapons of Marduk?
The main weapons that Marduk possessed were a bow that he created, the arrows, as I mentioned before, a mace, and a net, which is what he used to capture and kill Tiamat, as well as he harnessed primordial elemental energies, lightning, whirlwinds, a flood.
Lightning, eh?
Mhm. And what was his greatest weapon?
The flood of rain.
So we're covered. We'll just wait until global warming pushes all of the ocean into Boston. Flood it out.
Along with the rigging of the chandelier or whatnot with explosives, could we say what we could do about the fire and like the sprinkler systems and things like that?
I'm sure they'll blow up too. Everything blows up if you strap enough crap to it.
I meant like more like being able to remotely, turn the sprinklers on or something like that.
Ding, ding, ding. You gain the party a plot point each for that insight. That, yes, the sprinklers can be rigged.
Well, all right.
Not if they're blown up, so maybe we can back that one off. Just a little. Just step the C4 back, just a tad.
The C4 is there just to be safe.
It's just a taste. It's just a taste of destruction.
Just tap
Is
it
the
in.
hull old enough that they have to be rigged manually?
They've been updated.
Okay. So we could do that through, say, a system or a computer?
Or a cipher.
Yeah, or a cipher.
Hot dog.
So,
Who to the ray?
thinking back then, because metagaming-wise, you're pretty sure you're about to walk into the fight you started with.
It's been 2 weeks already?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of time to set this room up.
And you've learned quite a bit about what's going on here, and incidentally, you've also discovered that there is the name of the... So there's a front going on, and one thing that you've learned is that the Satanic student group on campus is kind of a lip service. It's kind of a satirical joke on the other religious organizations on campus. They're using Satanism as a way to just rub other people the wrong way. And they essentially practice the same sort of moral ideals as any other organization, but it's really just meant to, give you an FU to the religion in general and that sort of thing. Except one of their members, who is an actual member of a satanic cult called the Temple of the Black Light, which you can Google. And he is a follower who essentially he's a chaosopist, I believe is the term. And he is actually infusing this student organization with real rituals and real spells and powers and whatnot. They don't know.
So there's some of them are just in there ironically and learning real stuff or something, or
They think it's a student body, and so they think it's cool and interesting and fun in a way to, again, stick it to them.
Gotcha.
Other religious.
So a bunch of hipsters are the ones who stabbed me multiple times.
Ironically stabbed you.
I'm going to press charges.
All right, guys, grab for their mini disc players. Right? Throw whatever shitty mixtape that they created from whatever bongo fest they had in the student union. I think I'm mixing up my hipsters. I've mixed up my hipsters, my hippies. Yeah.
All right.
No,
so,
they're all mini disc enthusiasts.
Any other preparations that you want to make?
Does anybody have a bow? So there was a bow, there was a mace, there was arrows, and there was a net. Ooh, a net.
A net.
If we have lots of time, like maybe that's what something that should be rigged to the ceiling or something.
Okay.
That's a good point.
I've also found that in my years as a hunter that the folklore and the legends, they tell stories of these ancient weapons, but those are the weapons they had. We have better weapons than these.
That's true.
Do we have some kind of cyber net then? I'm not following what you're saying at all.
We have guns.
That actually
rocket launchers.
Can we tie those together to make a net? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, Andy, you get a plot point. That's good.
All right.
Can we make sure that I can get into the sprinkler system?
Yep, let's do it.
Yep.
Boom.
Yeah.
And you also turn around and discover that apparently Vlad has been taken into a van and driven off.
When did this happen?
We didn't notice.
No.
Well, we're running out of time, so anybody can think of anything else that we can prepare for? Should we do a net? I think we should probably definitely do rigged waterworks, and I like Jimmy's idea.
So, the only last thing that I would throw out there is, what are you going to do about the electricity and not killing your companions?
Well, again, I'm wearing rubber boots already. So, hey, it doesn't breathe. It's not comfortable. It's my style. So,
rocket packs. That's the answer. No, they need to not be able to like.
I don't know why. I have a feel like should we put some like healing items around? Just I don't know why.
First aid kits.
Yeah.
Band-aids.
I heard about what happened with the earbuds you invented last month, so I think I'm going to go with rubber boots over your rocket pack.
Sounds good.
Oh man.
And any chance of some sort of stab-proof vest? For 5 plot points. Or not 5, let's go 3.
Yeah, you can spend 3 plot points for a stab-proof vest.
I would like to retroactively not die so hard.
Well, so metagame, you know you die, so this is all about the surprise comeback. This is the shit where the movie starts with the death and then it leads into so I'm gonna also oh man, I was just so
Very bad.
I was very exsanguinated.
Bring
What do
extra
you-
blood this time.
What do you buy? Like, what do you equip to keep the blood in you, or to fake the blood? What's that?
Well, I don't know about. I sort of on your point. We could possibly see if we can sort of learn a quasi lesson from last time and get earplugs and see if it's an audible thing. Maybe it's just something that happens, but what if it has something to do with us hearing it? If we can't hear it, then maybe it won't affect us.
What? But it did affect us.
I know, but we didn't have any earplugs in.
The
Okay,
Demon Hunters
maybe-
universe is very kind to paradoxes.
All right. Well, I mean, if we've got this amount of time and we know how damn persuasive Vic is, why don't we just find the guy that's the chaosist and like tell him, dude, how chaotic would it be if you freaked everyone out and did all this, and we'll set it up as a big act. And that's what that whole thing actually was, is just a big act to freak out. And I guess I killed a guy. Staring at his throat. But you gotta sell it, man. That's like the first rule of acting. You have to commit.
Yeah.
Or let's just wait for the
This
earplugs.
morning,
That's
he's
fine.
going to sacrifice his trachea.
He was. He had one of those Abraham Lincoln high whiny voices anyway. He didn't like it.
Right.
That's not going to work.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Okay.
I'm putting on some rubber boots.
Yeah, do some rubber boots. Excellent. And like, can we somehow like, is there a way to prepare the cipher in any way from like any kind of like huge electrical shock?
That's a very good.
Should be fine.
Put her in some chainmail and ground it. No joke, that'll work. It's a Faraday cage. She'll be dragging a ground strip behind her, but that's fine.
Okay.
All right. So, flash forward, you find yourself mostly exsanguinated and beat to shit, and you get the surprise round. Back at the top of the initiative, Jack.
Back at the top of the initiative. So we are. I have just made the guy who's talking kind of like dazzle. I just dazzled him.
Yep.
Oh, okay. And then that was what I did last time. All right.
He's also called off his forces, though, right?
He has.
And he's asked us all to come to the front.
Correct.
Why are we listening to this guy? His friends just stabbed us. And
How can you even hear him with your damn earplugs in?
I thought they were gonna work. I don't know. I took them out.
You made him, didn't you?
All right, surprise round. I don't know. I try to knock him out. Like I mean I don't. I'm right there. He's dazed. I want him to stop, so I knock him out.
Okay. Roll it.
All right. We got D4. We got agility. No. I actually retract my lightning rod, put it right underneath his chin, and ask him to say cheese. And therefore pressing the button. Yeah. Okay. So that was only a 9 and a 2, so 11.
Okay. You biff him in the face. And
Right underneath his chin, actually.
His underneath his chin, and he bites his tongue, and he's very unhappy, and it's bleeding. And,
He got knocked out.
He's unhappy, he's bleeding.
Seemed like it is.
he's not knocked out, though.
Okay. Okay.
Vlad steps in and says, "No, really, guys, they're with me." And the cultists take their robes off, and they're all wearing rubber suits. And you guys notice that your wounds are actually fake.
Oh, yeah!
What? Wait, because I was about to spend 6 plot points in one go.
And so you come out of your drug-induced hysteria from all of the smoke and incense and LSD, and realize that you're actually fine when the floor opens up and a giant serpent with arms.
I'm going to activate the sprinkler system.
Is our vitality back up to its original then as well?
It is, yeah.
Oh, man. After I realized it was all a big show, I really feel bad about, kind of like doing a
I
number.
cut a guy's throat out.
Yeah. Egg on my face.
Vlad is like, yeah, that was not cool.
It's in my hand. I put it in my mouth at one point. I want you to.
I told you I got this.
Like, do you want it back? Hold on a second. Oh,
Maybe LSD was bad idea. I thought we needed to get you in the mood.
Oh.
So a huge snake is coming up out of the ground?
Yeah, by the way, huge snake, not hallucination.
Can I activate the sprinkler system?
You may.
Can I take a quick free action type thing to just contemplate what that snake would look like in a vest?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty
Roll
funny.
Dashing.
Pretty funny.
Dashing.
That's
That's a dashing snake right here.
yeah.
I have a roll of 16 with computers to activate the system.
All right. That should do it just fine. The sprinklers totally activate, and everybody is getting soaking wet. That would be Andy's turn.
Yeah, I really don't know what I'm going to do against a gigantic wet snake. And that's not an innuendo. That's just true.
I think you've been in this problem before. Just do what you did before.
What I did before. Before, I dangled a mouse in front of it. Vlad's already gone.
You can pass if you want.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Your friends, huh? You guys' friends don't pass me. Stop. I'm actually just going to take this time to look at what I want to look at what's happening to the snake. I want to kind of analyze what the water is doing to it.
Okay.
See if I notice anything strange about it. So,
Okay.
now I don't have like veterinary or anything like that. I have physiology. There's a little bit of. Can I take that at a half or something?
You can just roll your physiology. That's fine.
Okay.
Jimmy, you're going to be up next.
Yes.
So it'll be physiology and intelligence, which is going to be 15.
Okay. It kind of looks like this creature, though reptilian in appearance, might be made of dirt.
Isn't there? There's like a myth about that, right? Like creatures from dirt. So it's like water's probably not. It's not happy then. It's like
It's not happy.
It's not happy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm just gonna ready. I'm gonna ready what anti-venom I have and pass.
Okay. Jimmy.
I am pretty sure that a flaming chandelier is not going to do a damn thing to it. So I'm going to take advantage of my can run, can hide, and just play safe to wait this thing out.
Okay.
Erasmus, you're welcome to join me, buddy.
Okay.
Let's see.
It's like you guys are assuming that someone is going to do something very heroic or something.
Okay. Well, the creature makes a couple of swipes at the cultists and whatever it can reach as it writhes in pain. And can run, can hide. You're contemplating. It's going to potentially attack Jack and Erasmus in this swath. Alright, and this would be your agility. And, let's see here. Whoops. That's wrong. Oh, yeah. It nails both you guys. And you take 15 basic damage.
And that's just a standard. That's not like a poison attack or anything. That's
correct. And so and you haven't explained this. 15. Oh, excuse me. No. Shit. Sorry, guys. It's actually 17 basic damage. And basic is you have 2 columns. You have stun damage and wound damage.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I say 17, you split it in half between the 2, favoring stun over wound.
Okay.
Favoring stun over wound.
So 9 stun, 8 wound.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have all these like columns and stuff like that, and I just start taking stuff out of there from the top.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good. Huh.
I've got 5. I've got 5 points left.
So it looks like it barely just made a passing swath and knocked you guys down and hit you hard. Jack, you're up.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I'll do the rest of this when it's not my turn. Okay. Well, I'm going to. There's got to be a lot of power running through this joint. Yeah, perhaps maybe some transformers above, or some sort of thing where I can basically essentially rip and basically pull a storm. You know, like just lightning bolt right down from the ceiling to.
Yeah. I got it. You want to hurl lightning bolts at this guy.
Yeah, but not necessarily like this from me. I want to bring it from somewhere else, and like I feel like that should do most damage from the heavens downward.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's made of. Yeah.
I'm getting this picture. Yeah.
If it's made of a silicate substance like dirt, you're probably going to end up running a core of lightning glass through it too if it works, which would be awesome.
Which we're totally gonna take.
All right.
All right. Let's see.
Maria Mester says, "Get ready to become stained, guys."
All right. This is willpower.
By the way, so for anything that you find in the audience participation list, throw it out there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, please do. They have a much better idea than I do. All right. So
or just random bits of dialogue. Just say something.
So I've got 3 plot points I'm going to toss to Jack's move here.
Okay. Noting that.
Oh, I actually have lightning. Okay. For a D8, so I guess I'll use that. A D8, D10, and a D6, and then I'm gonna put. Hell, I'm gonna put 4 plot points into this move.
Anybody else?
7.
Okay.
All right. 7 plot points total.
7 plot points total.
I'll throw 7 in too.
How much are you going to put in, Jesse?
4.
4? Wow.
So I'm going to use my knowledge that it is currently 9:55 and that I am a guest in this episode. I'm going to put in 7 plot points.
Okay.
Okay. Because of all this, I can't hold back on what I normally do of trying to concentrate and keeping electricity from like just ebbing away from my body. So actually, my sunglasses that mask the electrical storm in my eyeballs just like kind of shoot out, and like just things are just coming out from all different sides of me as I'm bringing this down upon this guy. Okay. 17. With lots and lots of plot points.
Yeah. So you can add 20 to that.
I will.
And
37.
Yeah. So Brian, you cause lightning to happen. What does this look like as the sprinklers are coming down and the creature slightly melting?
Slightly melting?
Because of the water.
Okay.
And so describe to me what the lightning looks like as you summon this.
Oh, okay. All right. So again, it's not. I mean, like from my whole person, like it's kind of coming out, but that's not exactly where the power of electricity is coming from. It's coming from anything that I can gather above this worm.
So is this like the Highlander quickening effect?
Oh, that's a great visual. Yeah, excellent. In fact, actually, also it's it's going within finding ground with the water, and it's I like it also to see if it can wrap around. I know that electricity doesn't do that, but it's cool to see.
I want one of the occultists to look like Christopher Lambert.
Okay.
It's as though like the lightning is arcing itself, and it has the strongest beam in the middle, but like there's also it's spinning around in a spiral corkscrew.
And the Christopher Lambert cultist is doing holding his arm up and going.
It's probably the blind one, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Christopher Lambert's blind.
It's true.
It is true.
Okay. Yeah, and you obliterate the monster, and the lead cultist guy is nuts. His mind has shattered, and and you are able to escape. Without a trace.
Wait, like it bursts into little bits, but there's like stuff that we can I can take. Like, is there a tooth or something that I can kind of take
sure,
with me?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you bet.
Also, I'm gonna take that guy's iPod.
Yeah. You take the tooth of Bosmu.
And the iPod of Jeff.
There's a lot of Miley Cyrus on this thing. like a really creepy amount.
Nice.
All right.
Wait. Hold on. I was hoping I'd have something that would turn that into a Zune.
All right. So, as you wrap up, you also determine that there's more to the Temple of the Black Light than Jeff, and that they seem to be on a. You find his tome. Duke had mentioned that he'd grabbed that, or was that? Or was that
Jack.
Jack. Okay, Jack grabbed that. And you find in the spells section a player's handbook of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
Okay.
They were LARPing, is what he's saying. We just killed people at a LARP.
No.
We did that in the first episode.
Let's be honest here, it's probably something that happens a lot.
No, what you find is that this particular branch of Satanic cult, for some reason, believes that, or is using the spells listed in the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons players.
You read a lot of Jack Chick, did they?
I was gonna say, was this whole thing a big ad for Dark Dungeons? Because, dude, awesome. Thank you.
I won't lie that I had it in mind.
Okay.
But no, and so upon further investigation, you realize that they have a ritual to summon Bosmu and the other 10 beasts. And what's really interesting, anyway, you stopped that, but you think that there may be more out there, and that may be on the radar that we'll have to take a look at. But so out of character, out of game, in prepping this mission, I found that I don't have to really make anything up. Almost everything I found and that I presented to you today exists. As far as, I mean, I'm connecting the dots, obviously, but but there is a Temple of the Black Light. It is connected to some kind of satanic thing, and they do believe that they have rituals of that can summon these creatures, and it's very interesting kind of stuff out there.
So there's people with neurotoxins and to their spine ripped out in Boston right now. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, well that was meth. That's not. It's he's embellishing.
Those are bath salts.
Yeah, but I think the moral of the story, and Jimmy actually can attest to this. I think you said this is for your next KBC story.
I don't have to write anything.
Reality is stranger than fiction, and when you're putting together stuff in the Demon Hunters world, that's the moral of the story. Is as we put this together, you just need the elements, the different things you have to look for. Google and Wikipedia will do the rest. And it's just amazing.
Wow, cool.
You're in for a treat on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
This was the worst episode of Reading Rainbow ever.
All right. Well, it's 10:02. I think we'll sign off. And thanks everybody for watching. I tried to get to a lot of these comments, but we didn't get to them all. Is this a tie to Dark Dungeons? Yes, Andy. Very good. And yeah.
Oh, we can see these now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and
Demon Hunters tomorrow.
Demon Hunters Tuesday tomorrow, so check that out. demon-hunters.com.
Excellent.
Have fun. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it always.
DarkDungeonsTheMovie.com, though you guys all know that. Everyone watching knows that.
That's right.
Oh, and Jesse and
Yeah.
Seven Realms.
Yeah,
Mhm.
stop by our YouTube.
Yeah. All right.